Hello, my name is Isha, and I'm a freshman business major. The topic in question for today's debate is whether the Culex mosquito or the Asian tiger mosquito is more dangerous to humans. I will be representing the Culex mosquito, also commonly known as the southern house mosquito or the common house mosquito.
Hi, my name is Janae and I'm a freshman entomology major, and for this video I will be talking about the Aedes albopictus mosquito, or commonly known as the Asian tiger mosquito.
The common household mosquito is in the class Insecta and has the phylum Arthropoda. These mosquitoes have four life stages, which include the egg, larva, pupa, and adult stages. They can reproduce inside and outside a home, and their average life cycle is between 2 to 4 weeks to complete. However, during the summer months, this time can decrease to only about 1 week. This is because of the increased temperature during this time of year. This mosquito deems to be nocturnal, so the typical behavioral pattern is to usually enter households between sunrise and sunset, and they are the most active from May to October. They usually attack during the night with a loud buzz. Their impact on human society is quite large. This is because it is the cost of humans contracting the West Nile disease. In 2021, 49 out of 50 states said that they had infections occur in people and animals. Most people do not show symptoms of obtaining this disease, so it's very important to take precautions and assess if any symptoms show. These symptoms can include fatigue and fever. There's no treatment for West Nile disease, so the best course of action is to stay away from the mosquito if possible. While this is a unique characteristic of this mosquito, another fun fact is that it is the most widespread species in the world. It can also have green scales, which differentiates it from the Asian tiger mosquito, which has blue scales. This mosquito lays its egg on fresh, stagnant water. The water sources can include ponds, swimming pools, ditches, and much more. It is interesting because the eggs actually stick together to form a raft, and that raft floats on top of the water. The raft can contain up to 400 eggs, but it's usually between 100 and 400 eggs.
The Asian tiger mosquito originated in Southeast Asia. They mostly rely in tropical areas such as America, Africa, and Europe, and have been rapidly expanding over the years. You can find these mosquitoes in shrubs and shady areas. The mosquitoes are competent vectors for the dengue fever, yellow fever, chikungunya, and Eastern equine encephalitis virus. Not only that, but they're also replacing the aegypti population, also known as the yellow fever mosquito. Therefore, the Asian tiger mosquito is considered a vector of human pathogens, containing 95% of blood from humans. The peak of their biting is usually in the late afternoon. They mostly feed on mammals, but female mosquitoes have the ability to feed on reptiles, birds, and amphibians. The female's life cycle consists of female adult laying their eggs in places that contain waters, such as pet bowls, bird baths, rain barrels, and etc. The unique thing about the characteristics of the eggs is that they look like black dirt, so they blend in with the environment. Following the egg hatch next is the larva. In that stage, the movement is very active and can be seen. The larva takes no more than 5 days to transform into a pupa. In about 2 to 3 days, the pupa turns into an adult female or male mosquito. The cycle repeats of the female biting and laying eggs.
The Culex species complex is native to Europe. It is also considered a pest in urban environments, such as places in New York. There have been many great attempts to control the species. However, there has not been much success. Much like the Asian tiger mosquito, adult female mosquitoes bite people and animals. And like many mosquitoes, the Culex mosquito needs blood to produce eggs. After blood feeding, After blood feeding, female mosquitoes look for any water sources to lay her eggs. Several days pass between feeding and looking for a place to lay eggs. While the Asian tiger mosquito have many diseases that they carry, such as the dengue fever or yellow fever, it's not as widespread as the West Nile disease, making this mosquito more dangerous to humans and animals. They are known to be highly opportunistic for feeding on humans and animals. This makes them a massive threat to the human population and society. The average number of deaths per year is 130, and the symptoms are as follows: headache, body aches, joint pains, rash, and diarrhea. The fatigue can also last for weeks and sometimes even months.
True, but looking at the statistics, the West Nile disease occurred mostly in Africa, Europe, West Asia, and North America. Compared to the dengue or yellow fever, the West Nile hit places with more populations. In the past, yes, the West Nile disease did have much more of an effect, but in recent years, studies show that only about 130 deaths occur each year from the West Nile disease, while yellow fever causes about 30,000 deaths each year. Furthermore, around 21,000 deaths occur from the dengue fever each year. When it comes to what disease causes more of a physical impact, the West Nile isn't a disease that's taken thousands and thousands of lives each year. To continue, the Asian tiger is also a carrier for the Zika virus. Even though it was rare to catch, the mortality rate was 52.6% death. With that being said, the Zika virus is dangerous, considering the fact that when it's obtained, the symptoms are common things people get on a daily basis, such as headaches, muscle pain, red eye, and etc.
Non-human primates, such as apes and monkeys, are the only creatures that we are aware of that can contract Zika disease. When infected, these animals may experience a moderate sickness with a fever. There are no known cases of pets or other kinds of animals contracting the Zika virus. Furthermore, Culex mosquitoes are attracted to the smell of chickens, which are used to monitor the West Nile virus transmission. The Culex serves as a vector and the cause for one of the most important and dangerous diseases that can occur in humans and other animals. While West Nile disease is one of them, avian malaria is another mosquito-borne disease that mostly impacts birds. It is a parasite, and if the parasite load is high, the bird will lose red blood cells. This mosquito also serves as a major economic impact as they are known to transmit several diseases that can affect humans and animal health. As a result, this leads to significant medical costs. The treatment of the West Nile disease can be very expensive. There may be costs associated with testing, blood donations, and implementing mosquito control measures. Furthermore, some species of the Culex mosquitoes are known to transmit diseases that affect livestock, such as the Rift Valley fever virus. This can lead to significant losses for farmers and wider agricultural industry.
After research that I did, I found that people did get the Zika virus. It was spread through the Asian tiger mosquito and the yellow fever mosquito. It was also worse for pregnant women to obtain because the virus could cause a birth called microcephaly, and it also linked to Guillain-Barré syndrome. Following the Zika virus, Asian tiger mosquito is outpopulating the yellow fever mosquito, which means there's more and more carriers of that mosquito, and it could potentially do the same to other mosquitoes.
The Culex mosquito is used in research because of how widespread the species is. It is also because of their cause to the West Nile disease that makes them so important to research and study. While the West Nile disease is a threat to the human population, avian malaria serves as an equal threat to birds as well. These mosquitoes are highly opportunistic, so to humans and animals in spreading disease. So further study on this topic will make them less of a threat to human, animal, and the public health. Further research and studies will also help create a plan to decrease the number of cases to these specific diseases, which will create a safer environment as a whole. The current study and research was conducted to assess the species distribution and susceptibility to insecticide. There is growing concern about the development of insecticide resistance in Culex mosquitoes. Researchers are studying the genetic and biochemical mechanisms behind this resistance and developing new strategies for controlling resistant populations. Finally, researchers are exploring new approaches to prevent the transmission of mosquito-borne diseases, such as developing vaccines and new treatments for infected individuals. They are also studying the effectiveness of current control measures, such as mosquito nets, insecticides, in reducing disease transmission.
The Asian tiger mosquito further needs to be studied for the reason of them becoming overpopulated and the reason for them replacing other mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are more dangerous than people are aware, carrying plenty of viruses that are deadly, not just to humans but mammals and reptiles. A mosquito that has the ability to affect almost all living things needs an answer to. Not only that, but research has shown that the Asian tiger mosquito has been infected with La Crosse and syphilis virus and West Nile virus, meaning this can cause inflammation to the brain and mostly seen in the pediatric population. Researchers need to conduct a study or test for repellents to decrease the infections from an Asian tiger mosquito.
Thank you for
Thank you.
watching our debate.